One, two, three. Hi, good people. So while I do some fun stuff here, England, what's going on? It truly is a. There are British people who have worked their whole life, lived in England their whole life, and they can't afford groceries, can't afford rent, like going homeless. And the government, just like in Australia too, decides to import hundreds of thousands of people. And the government will spend big, like with hotels that the average Brit cannot afford, even a weekend at, just to get away. Can't afford to stay at. We're in a situation now where governments have declared war on their own people. And you have to wonder why. Why? What is it? I know exactly what's happening. All you need to do is read 1984, Job by George Orwell. I read that probably a quarter of a century ago. What's happening now is that people they're now being turned on each other. Now, governments know that they usually can't turn their own people onto each other. It's not very easy, even if they're conservative, liberal. That's difficult. But if you get your radical left-wing lunatics, they're very different. Because a radical left-wing lunatic's only option is hatred. Really good example of this is I'm watching people protest God's most holy prophet at the moment, President Donald John Trump, the only man holding the world together. Because everywhere else it seems like people are trying to destroy it. Of course, Poland is different. Then the Danish, they're a bit different too. Hungary as well. Milei in Argentina as well. There's some good names out there. There's some good people. Japan's just had a few more votes for the nationalists. Not like horrible human beings. They just want to keep Japan. They don't want it to become little Pakistan. From my living in Japan, a lot of Pakistanis were getting there. Now, there's nobody has a problem with Pakistanis. I've been to Pakistan. I've been to Lahore. I've been to Sialkot. I've been to Karachi. And it was a fantastic experience. I would never live there. But you have to ask yourself, why is this all happening? Government want to introduce a complete police state where we have no option other than to do exactly what the government tells us to do. 15-minute cities. Melbourne in Victoria in Australia, that's what they want. At least under the horrible subhuman monster Dan Andrews, the Premier, who's now no longer the Premier, because there were so many people that just he was vile and hateful. But Victoria, especially Melburnians, will vote left no matter what. They'll vote Greens, the worst party, the most seditious and treasonous force for evil in the world, because they're so afraid of being called racist these days. I was speaking to this, not long ago, to somebody, and it was just very interesting that we both agreed most people are scared of being called a racist. Well, I don't care anymore, because it's not about race. It's about culture. It's about where we come from, who we are. I've just seen in Epping, black Britannians. They're very much welcome within the group of patriots, because they have been indoctrinated into the British culture. And it started when they were in preschool, and even before preschool. Just like bringing people in who can't follow it is going to be a destructive force. It's never constructive. Tell me where diversity has ever worked. It just doesn't work. It just can't work. And if it did work, well, why is it only that we're not going to diversify Africa or the Middle East where these people come from? Why not? What's wrong with doing that? It's only coming one way. But I'm an Australian, 46 years old. If I went to Britain and lived in Britain, I would fit in very well. I'm now 46. It's different to being a 26-year-old Australian. I was raised on British culture, on British television, cinema, comedy. I understand the ironical comedy of Britain. I understand Fawlty Towers, The Blackadder, Life of Brian. I laugh like a crazy horse. That's the goodies. This is ingrained into me from a very young age, and I understand the ironical comedy of Britain compared to American slapstick. But it would be very easy for me to go and live in Britain and be a Britannian, okay, an Englishman. There would be really I would say there'd be almost zero differences. Culturally, I would very much be able to be part of that society very quickly. But a person from 5,000 miles away who jumped on a boat, paid people smugglers 10, 15, 20,000 pounds, that person's not going to be the same. They're not going to fit in. The governments are now doing something very seditious and treasonous to the people to allow these monsters in, because that's what they are. What they're going to unleash is going to be hell on earth. The government will say, well, we have the solution. Complete police authoritarian state. Well, is that what you wanted? You need people who will say, no more migration. Zero. Net zero. In fact, we should do net minus 10,000. Get rid of the bad ones first. People that came here illegally first, get them out. People with residency but have committed crimes, get them out next. Go backwards. Keep Britain British. It's not Australian, it's not New Zealand, it's not Canadian, it's not American, it's British. Keep it that way. Politicians don't want this, the government doesn't want this, they want a full police state. Vote those monsters out. Find people who are Britain first. And not only Britain first, Britain only. And they don't care about the rest of the world. Alright, good people, have a fantastic day, and I'll see you later.